connection between giving women's reservation and census. There's no connection between giving women's reservation and delimitation. They're not connected, right? So once again, it's a distraction. They suddenly needed, they came up with the idea of the special session and they needed something. That they came out with because we made a speech about Adani and that newspaper, we did a press conference about Adani and the newspaper, the Financial Times, came out with a story. Suddenly they want to do a special session. The first thing they were planning in the special session was, India ko Bharat kar do. And then they got a backlash. They realized that there's a huge cost to this. People will not like this. So then they backed down on that. Now they've come out with it. Distraction. They suddenly needed, they came up with the idea of the special session and they needed something. That they came out with because we made a speech about Adani and that newspaper, we did a press conference about Adani and the newspaper, the Financial Times, came out with a story. Suddenly they want to do a special session. The first thing they were planning in the special session was, India ko Bharat kar do. And then they got a backlash. They realized that there's a huge cost to this. People will not like this. So then they backed down on that. Now they've come out with this. But they've not actually given anything to the women of India. What they're saying is, 10 साल में आपको women reservation bill मिल जाएगा. And we are saying, नहीं, आज दीजिए. ये जो आपने census की बात की है, ये जो आपने delimitation की बात की है, ये बहाने हैं. इनको परे कीजिए 33%, अभी दीजिए, हम सब support करेंगे.
Okay, sir. If voted to power, do you commit that without the footnotes, you'll get it implemented as soon as possible?
Absolutely. 100%. See, please look at our record. I spoke in Parliament the other day that we consider the independence to be the beginning of the transfer of power to the people of India. Not the end, the beginning, right? One man, one vote, institutions set up in the interest of the people of India. And we consider that to be work in progress. And we feel very strongly that Indian women are not participating in the political system the way they should be. The single biggest act to help Indian women participate in politics was carried out by the Congress party, which is 33% reservation in Panchayati Raj. That was a game changer. And we want to do this. And it's our record. Please also remember that when we were trying to pass the 33% reservation in Panchayati Raj, the BJP opposed us. And also realize that the RSS does not allow women into its ranks. So who is interested in women's empowerment is very clear.
Sir, coming to India Alliance, it's a new marriage. You have run a coalition government for 10 years, UPA 1, UPA 2. But now you have new partners in the India Alliance, which were your principal opponents in certain places. For example, Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi, TMC in Bengal. So as of now, it looks nice. It seems everything is going fine. But when it comes to distribution of tickets, there are many tall leaders in this alliance. You have worked with Sharad Pawar, but you have not worked with Uddhav Thackeray or Arvind Kejriwal.
Of course we have.
For a brief...
We've run a government with Uddhav Thackeray ji.
You have not worked with Arvind Kejriwal. And there are many, like TMC, they might be there from outside support. But not...
No, but we worked with Mamta ji. Mamta ji used to be in the Congress.
Sir, my question to you is, going forward, like Aam Aadmi Party and Congress, you ruled Delhi for quite a long time. And now Aam Aadmi Party is strong in the Delhi politics. So what would be the dynamics then? Because you will also like to retain power in Delhi. They will also like to fight. Similarly, in West Bengal, TMC has shown its strength over a period of time. At the same time, the leader of opposition from your party is from West Bengal. So obviously, you would also like to throw some weight and win some seats from there. But TMC is quite strong there. They have shown their strength. They have a proven track record. How do you think you will manage these, and also accommodation of the tall leaders which are there as partners in your India alliance?
So there are two things, right? The first thing is that the opposition is thinking about this election in a fundamentally different way than it thought about any other election before this one, which is that the opposition is united in the idea that India is now under attack. The concept of India, the concept of free elections, the concept of free speech, they are now under mortal threat as far as the BJP is concerned. So this is something that is unanimous, which means that our behavior has to change, which means that our flexibility has to increase, which means that we have to realize that we are now fighting for the soul of India, which requires a different level of cooperation. So that's the first point. The second point is, actually, if you look at the alliances, the bulk of them are pretty much stitched up. There are a couple question marks, but the bulk of them are stitched up, right? Kerala, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, the big places, there's no issue. In some of the smaller places, there's an issue. We will try to iron out those issues, right? But the broader way we are dealing with each other is that we are seeing each other now as defending the idea of India. Earlier, we were thinking that, look, this is a fight between a political party and another political party. Now we're saying, no. Now, the RSS and the BJP are trying to destroy the idea of India. Free speech, participation of everybody, the destruction of anybody, any business person who stands against these monopolists. These are anti-India ideas.
Sir, if voted to power, what is your idea? What are you going to do for the OBC? If, for example, you are saying BJP is deviating from the topic with the an urgent session, women's reservation bill, are you also planning to control the narrative, like you said, you're learning from them and from the past experiences? Are you also controlling the narrative by speaking up for the OBCs?
No.
And plan something you have in mind to do for them? Look, once voted to power? If
I used OBC as a frame, right? I was shocked that out of 90 people who control the government of India, 3 are from the OBC community, right? And those 3 people control 5% of the Indian budget. 95% of the Indian budget is not in their control. And I haven't even spoken about the tribals. I haven't even spoken about the Dalits or the minorities, right? Now, this is not only the case in secretaries of government of India. This is the case across the board. So the first step, as I said in a speech yesterday, if somebody gets hurt, they go to hospital, the first step is, okay, take an X-ray. Let's see what's happened, right? So the caste census is an X-ray. Let us actually understand, are OBCs 5% of India's population, or are they more? If they are more, how much more? So that is the foundation of any discussion. Now, we already have the OBC census data. It's with the government of India. The Congress party carried out that survey, right? The first thing we'll do is release that information. On day one, that information will be available to the people of India. And I think that is, in a world, in a 21st century world, data where we all say data is key, data is key, data is key. Well, it's key to know who's who. So that would be the foundation. And then we would work as I said earlier, with the concept of transferring power to the people of India. What the BJP is doing is taking away power from the people of India. When you feel uncomfortable, when you can't speak outside, when a small businessman cannot contest Mr. Adani, they're taking away power from the people of India. Right? We are fighting that. That's what India Alliance is trying to do. Take back power to the people of India.